It's the MOPOWERZ, where knowledge is power. How are you all doing? Me, I'm fabulous, and you too can be fabulous. And if this is your first time watching the MOPOWERZ, I ask that you share the information with relatives, friends, co-workers, anyone that you come into contact with. It is a terrific way to jumpstart the conversation. And today's conversation just happens to be about the United States going up in smoke. Yes, the United States is going up in smoke, and your rights as an individual are out the window. Why? It is because of this COVID-19. If you all have not been keeping up, Pfizer, who is manufacturing this remedy for this virus, are piloting 4 states to be crash dummies for this experiment. And those pilot states are Texas, New Mexico, Tennessee, and Rhode Island. Those are the 4 test dummy states, aka pilot states. Pilot. Now, however, down the road from Rhode Island on that East Coast lies New York City, New York State. And Governor Cuomo has changed his story a number of times. This is the 3rd time he has changed his story. The first time he spoke about it was about how the residents of New York will not be crash dummies. Then he said we're going to go along with it. And now he says that he's going to get an army to help vaccinate the residents of New York City. Now just think, when this occurs in one state, it's going to trickle down to another state and another state. Will your state be next? Now, without this vaccination, there are going to be a lot of things that you won't be able to do. 1 is travel. 2, you might not be able to buy food. 3, your child may not be able to attend school. 4, if you're on Section 8 or housing and you refuse to get the vaccination, there's a great possibility that you will be in the street. This country is going up in smoke. You have no rights as an individual. And besides, you must remember that the Constitution wasn't written for everybody that's here. It was only written for Caucasian Americans. That's an actual fact. In fact, when they did write it, even though they revamped Amendment 14, however, you were, what, 3/8, 3/5 of an animal when they actually comprised the Constitution? I'm just saying. So you think about what's going to happen with you, or what's going to happen to you. In fact, you must remember that during the first experiment that we had with this coronavirus and lockdowns, you notice that domestic violence went up. So expect that. They want their jails to be full. They just released and are continuously releasing inmates from prison just to fill them back up. Maybe not with the same people, but they have a plan for that. What are you going to do? Are you going to be one of those who accept the vaccination? Are you going to be one of those who refuse the vaccination? Hell, you won't be able to work. Great possibility you may not be able to work, have a job, if you don't get this vaccination. And no one knows what the long-term effects are in regards to this vaccination. You must remember, you have already been informed of what's in the vaccination. At least you know partially, at least you know something, like animal viruses, chicken virus, from the words of Bill Gates. Now, seeing that they want to vaccinate everybody and make it mandatory, as they just mandated all 50 states to wear masks. It's all coming back. It's all coming back with more restrictions. Now, after they get rid of this restriction, after this wave, the next wave is going to be out of sight. It's going to be out of sight. What are you going to do? The country is going up in smoke. You got entertainers ending up dead. You got people living on the street. You got people who are crazy. They've closed all the insane asylums. They're releasing people from jail with COVID. And then they're entering your home with the virus that they just left from jail with. Now they say that some states are on mandatory stay at home, like Chicago, Illinois here. Now, after they release people from the restrictions, the numbers are going to go back up because your immune system is down. So you've been inside. It's just like when kids go to school. During the beginning of the school year, around October, you have a lot of children that's sick because they haven't been around or exposed to all of those germs that people carry with them as they would when they would not be in school. And this is the same as with the population. They say that the numbers are up all over the place. Hot spots: Washington, Oregon, Idaho, Wisconsin, New York, Chicago. It's a whole lot of red. Minnesota, Iowa. It's a whole lot of red flag states. And there are going to be more added. Curfew is going to be enforced. What are you going to do? Businesses are closing at certain times. Shelves in the stores, grocery stores, are less stocked. Prices are going up. Gas is going up. Insurance is going up. Cable is going up. Rent and mortgages going up. Excuse me, mortgages may be going down, but rent is going up. Are you getting a raise? Is your paycheck going up? No, it's going to stay the same. In fact, it may be a little bit less, or you may not have none at all. But you have to remember, what are you going to do? And if you're not prepared for anything, best to get you some noodles, dried foods, powdered something to sustain you until this madness is over. Get ready for lights to be out. Get ready for heat to be off. Even if it's for a few hours in the cold, get ready. You cannot say that you haven't been armed with the knowledge of knowing of what is to come. And with the first wave that taken place, you should have been preparing yourself for wave 2. So if you haven't been preparing yourself for wave 2, that is on you. So you must remember, what do you want to do? Do you want to live or do you want to die? And just because you get the vaccination don't mean that you will live. I'm just saying. In fact, all of these people that is instituting and enforcing these vaccinations, why don't they take them first? Why don't all of the politicians take them first? Why don't they be the first in line? Why don't Bill Gates, Anthony Fauci, And all of the rest of these people who run the World Health Organization and the CDC, along with politicians, why don't we make them to be first in line? Why can't they be the crash dummies? Seeing that they want you to be a crash dummy. What do you think about that? Leave your comments in the comment section. It's your brother, MOPOWERZ, where knowledge is power. Thanks for viewing, and remember, it is your third eye that makes you shine like jewelry. Peace.